Ian is a weirdo. Today might be the last day that I have to work on this cardigan. I'm really, really hoping. There's so many ends to sew in, so that is possibly not the truth, but it is. It's. I mean, the heavy lifting is definitely done. So I'll show you what it looks like. Maybe not. So also, when you get tattoos on your fingers, you don't realize how much you touch the tops of your fingers all the freaking time. But it's just temporary discomfort. So this is the cardigan. So this is one side, and this is the cute little cuff. I think that came together really well. This yarn on this side, all of it was the Hirschner's worsted, just the regular worsted, and some of it was so weird and just like falling apart, and some of it was totally fine. So I don't really know what was going on with that. So I don't know if it's like that whole line is just like that, or if it's just I got some duds. But that's what this side looks like. And then the other side is like this. So nice bright rainbow colors. And then the cuff is green, which I don't know why I'm like extra obsessed with the green cuff, but now I'm like, I need to make something and make green cuffs. But it's summertime, so I don't want to make anything that's acrylic and traps heat like this. But you can see here, you see all of those ends sticking out. Got to sew all of those in by hand. So I'm gonna do that and just try to finish this. I think this is. Let me check my Etsy, because I believe that this is. Yeah, I have to ship by the 17th. Hey, Crystal. Yeah, so the 17th. So not bad at all. So I think I got it, but I'm going to go through and try to like check that I also, hello. Hello. I'm going to have to check that everything's, the ends are all done. So with the Vinks and cheese. Did I say that right? If I didn't, I apologize. You can always correct me if I say your name wrong, because it's bound to happen with pretty much everyone. What's up? What up? I'm working on just finishing this commission that I crocheted because I want to be done with it. I've looked at it too long, and it inspires a lot of just unhappy emotions. And just like, get this fucking thing away from me. But that's how some projects be. And I've done cardigans before, so I don't know what it was about this particular cardigan that really just started to infuriate me at the end, but boy, did it. What are you up to? What's everyone up to today? I spent a couple hours. I don't know. I think I was trying to send something to someone, and I got sidetracked. It was probably Crystal that was trying to send something to. But I got sidetracked because I saw videos, just like clips of videos that I had taken at the Fall Out Boy concert that I went to more than a year ago, like a year and a half. Oh, no, like a year and 4 months ago. And I was like, I had wanted to put it together, like put the pictures together. Oh man, timing might be off. But because someone just reached out and was like, hey, yeah, I want to talk. And I was like, damn it, of course this would happen. But it's not that I am. Hold on one second. Let me. Damn it. Where's timing? Just like life. Life is bad timing. Hello. Hey, Carrie, welcome in. Miguel Angels Universe, welcome in. Oliver, I ate a barking cat. Now I have legs as arms. Well, that sounds very interesting. I wonder how your life would change with legs as arms. I don't even know how to, address the first half. I feel like if you're like, Chat GPT, produce a sentence. That's what you get. But, so I am working on sewing in about 1.5 million ends. I've made a little bit of progress, but I still have many to go, or much to go, whatever. English. Great. Not great at it. So in my ends. What's everyone up to? Other than Oliver already revealed what they're doing by eating a barking cat. I feel like okay. But yeah, I mean, I know that. Again, I feel like that's it's like when you ask software to produce like the most random sentence you can. So yeah, I am gonna work on this. Try to get things looking nice and pretty. I just finished. This is totally random, but I just finished washing dishes, and I'm supposed to I'm just supposed to be like mindful, drinking coffee and crocheting. Crystal, you're gonna be up forever. I don't know when I turned into a parent for you. Sorry. But yeah, so I was washing dishes, and like I said, you don't realize how like much you like the tops of your fingers like touch everything. And but when I was like, should I wear gloves or should I not wear gloves? I don't usually use gloves to wash dishes. And but I didn't, and the water over my fingers was like paradise. I was like, yes. I know that it probably washes off the stuff that she put on to protect my tattoo while it's healing, but Oh my gosh, it just felt so good. I couldn't. I was just like, this is so nice. And I had to wash dishes, so it's not like I had a whole lot of choice. So, tis what it is. So one in the end, do 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 do. And I didn't really leave long tails. You know, not my best idea yet. However, I think I have enough to sew everything in. If not, I make it work. But I'm always like, some of these tails get cut a little bit too short. Wasn't really thinking ahead, which is pretty consistent problem for me. So I don't know why I'm surprised at this point, but you know, got to keep myself on my toes. I should get my glasses, but they're so far away. They're right up there. Whatever. And my scissors out. What are you crocheting, Crystal? Inquiring minds want to know. It's me. I am inquiring minds. For those of you who don't know and aren't interested, twice a week, Crystal and I work on the patterns that we are going to use during our Halloween crochet along. You don't have to be a great crocheter. A lot of the patterns that we do are going to be beginner friendly or will help you through it. And if you get caught up, and I so it's great. If you don't know how to crochet, you can watch a couple videos. There's a ton of videos on the internet. I even made some at one point on my second channel that can help you get started. I know that there are a ton of crochet kits out there, and then you can learn some new patterns and tricks that will be free. We're going to make it affordable so that you don't need to have every single color yarn, every single type of yarn in the world to create some really fun things for Halloween. I'm a big Halloween person. You probably could guess that by looking at me because I might trash it. Okay, that's fair. So I'm going to start snipping some things. Now, I know everyone has different ways they like of hiding their ends, sewing their ends in, all that stuff. I've tried a couple different techniques and found some stuff that I liked, and then also some things that didn't quite work for me. And so I think that you know, how everyone decides to do this is, you know, that's their thing. I know that with I was like, who's that? Same fun. I know, you know, different adhesives or things to keep tails from popping out. People talk about a lot. I've never found one that worked particularly well for me. But I do like to see those things, and usually I'll try them because it's always nice to you know, try new things, be better, and all that stuff. You know, it's kind of my goal in life is to, you know, keep trying to be better at something. You know, not get complacent. I mean, if I did, I would. I had looked at a lot of old pictures and stuff today, and yep, don't know what that is, but cool, you know. Um, and I uh, uh, if I had been complacent and been like, you know what, this is good enough, you know, I wouldn't have grown nearly as much. Um, and I'm glad that I didn't get complacent because I'm a better crocheter now than I ever was before, and I know I still have a lot to learn. So that's my attitude. Keep learning. This has become an after school special. For those of you watching who are not Carrie and Crystal, who are in the chat, are amazing crochet artists, and I would highly recommend checking their channels out. They're very good. Hi, Ethan. How is the publication going? I assume you're asking Crystal, because I don't know. I don't know what's. I never really know what's happening. Let's be honest. What's new? Keep learning. The more you know. If only I could add sound effects. That would be cool. But I have a good feeling about doing this crochet along. I think it's going to be really fun. I think that we're going to have a lot of different types of patterns, different types of crochet projects that that a lot of people have tried before, and then maybe some new projects that people haven't tried before. There's enough variety that I think it'll be really cool to see how everyone interprets it. You speak very little English. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you very much. What language do you speak? What other languages or language do you speak? Like a wind chime. You open your hands. Wind chime. That's not really how it sounds. I'm not good at sound effects. I'm always very impressed with people who speak more than one language. I think it's incredible. I have a very hard time with just one language, and I do mean that sincerely. So I always think it's very cool that anyone can do that. And you're always welcome here if English is your second language or you're just learning. Like, I'm never going to judge your English not being perfect, because again, that could be turned right back on me. My English is not perfect at all. So you're welcome here. And and you know, this is a safe space with cool people. Also, I know that uh, once or I think once a live stream is published, I believe in 24 to 48 hours after, captions and a transcript are automatically generated by YouTube. And I believe oftentimes you can get those in other languages. I might be incorrect though. If I am, please let me know, because I do want to make things as accessible as I can for other people. Hi, Bonnie. Welcome in. Yep. See, I didn't lie. I'm a lot of things, but not a liar. Like, a lot of things. Oh, I forgot about my Gatorade. I think a lot of you have seen them now. My new tattoos. This is day 2. So I have a star, a moon, a snake, a spider, a sun, a feather. This is for my friend who passed away. In 3 days, it'll be a year since he passed away. 2 hearts together. This is also for him. And then really, they're all kind of themed for him and things we kind of learned and had in common. They're all kind of about like the journey that he that we kind of went on together, about learning. I don't know. It was really, my friend really informed my kind of worldview in a lot of ways. I'm warm, not cool. Silly goose. And he helped me understand a lot of things when I was blissfully ignorant, and I'm very thankful for that. Not for being blissfully ignorant, but I'm thankful that I had someone who was willing to take the time to basically like smack some sense into me when I needed it, when I was young and dumb, and could finish that with another phrase, but you know, he, you know, I had, you know, you as most people do, you grow up with your parents' ideology and point of views on the world, and then as you grow up, you know, learn your own things, and you can decide if you want to keep with that, or or how you want to change it. And he helped a lot with that. And he you know, I met him when I was 17, I think. Yeah, 17. I only hang out with cool people too, so it says a lot about all of you. Yeah, so I think that these tattoos I picked purposefully because, well, I know I picked them purposefully because they're, you know, they're part of my spirituality. They're part of my view on the world. They're part of my connection to my own indigenous roots, and then also what I learned about indigenous peoples from him, and what I've learned since with the mindset that he helped me develop. So all those things, I mean, I think, you know, when we find those people in our lives that are so important and help us develop these different, you know, help us develop in ways that we didn't know we could. I think that it, those people always have a. I mean, I believe it. I believe it. I mean, I'm not going in one of those stores anytime soon, but not that I have any judgment towards people who do smoke or use that, but it's just I can't. For me, like physically, it interacts with too many of my meds, and also makes me what some might say a nightmare. I feel like I'm living a nightmare when I'm in it. I dissociate really bad. So good for other people. I know it's very helpful for some people in certain conditions, and some people have no issues using it. I'm unfortunately one of those people that does have issues using it. But again, no judgment. I have seen firsthand the pain relief that it has caused, or pain relief that it has given who had chronic pain. And so I would never knock it, but it's just not for me. Cannot do that. But yeah, am I surprised that there were a lot of tattooed people? No, but tattooed people are everywhere, and I think it's becoming more and more normalized to have visible tattoos. Yeah, and also it's it's an exercise in the control we have over other people's lives, which is not really any, if any at all, right? We don't. Other people, have to make those decisions themselves. Um, you know, Offering input in an unsolicited way, I find tends to have the opposite effect. Anyways, I'm just speaking from personal experience, um, but yeah, yeah, and there's always like perceptions of how it will uh, be for people, but in my experience, a lot of people have a lot. I mean, a lot of people they'd be a lot better off if they did that and didn't drink, but everybody's different, so I'm not trying to tell anyone how to live their lives. Plenty of people try to tell me how to live my life, but still doesn't change a thing. You used to say unless you're paying my bills, you don't get a say in what I'm doing, but even then, there's a limit to all that. Well, let's see if I can show something. Because Crystal had said that a video on the disability pride flag and some out of there, you know what? What? Where's that stick? Let's get kidding. I know exactly where it is. Hi, Jenny. Welcome in. How are you? Hi, Karina. I feel like I said that like very fast, and so it didn't come out exactly like I wanted. So sorry about that. Okay, so I'm going to share a little bit about disability Pride. My screen might get a little weird for a second, but we're gonna make it work, right? Okay, so let me get myself out of the way. And let me check the chat real quick. Just want to make sure nothing got away. Oh, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Jenny. Thank you for coming on here and hanging out with us during your birthday. And so I'm saying this because this month is Disability Pride Month and or Disability Awareness Month. And so I wanted to go over that. So I want to get a good description of the black. Okay, so the black background represents the anger. I'm reading this from another description. The black background represents the anger and mourning over the eugenics and the neglect that disabled people have to fight against. And also, you might have noted the colors are more muted. They're not super bright. When the flag was in discussions and being created, the colors were much brighter. But some people in the community wanted to voice that looking at bright colors was hard, like people with migraines, things like that. So the colors became more muted. And that's one of the things that you know, in the creation of this flag, it was like so many people had to be considered because there are so many different types of disability. And you know, it's the whole point of making that flag was to be inclusive. So so that is the Disability Pride flag. So let me read something real quick. I'm texting the person that I had accidentally forgotten that I had said that I could talk. So 1 second. Okay, so yeah, sorry about that. Thanks for educating about this. It's so important. Yes, it really is. And, I think that, I've said it before and I'll say it again. And I know I'm not the first person to say this, nor will I be the last. But there, like, if you stick around long enough, you're going to become disabled. That community, um, uh, it like, and being aware of it and knowing these different things is really important. I also have a video that I can share after I find it that I did on spoon theory a while ago. And I think that that is a really helpful tool for really any kind of communication regarding just being tired and exhausted with things, as it happens. Uh, but but especially around disability, I think that that it is something that can help. Disability, chronic illnesses, mental health, all of those things I feel like really can benefit from discussions led with a spoon theory mindset. So this is my own video. There's a ton of videos that people might like more. So something to check out if you want. Oh, Crystal. Thank you, Crystal. 6 days. Yeah, that's a lot. Oof. So, Carrie, are you working on your mosaic? Bonnie, what are you working on if you want to share? And then Crystal's working on a little mystery project. So hopefully we'll get to see what magic she's whipping up. I said this earlier, but in case I missed you at that point, 2 times a week, once on my channel and once on Crystal's channel, we are working on the patterns that we are going to use for the Halloween crochet along that we're going to do. The theme is trick or treat, which I think is so fun and opens the door to a lot of really fun projects. So during these kind of lead up streams, we are talking out ideas. We're taking in ideas, and we are making kind of the rough drafts of what can be the projects. Oh yeah, Winter, you have a new hyperfixation. Well, I picked up an old one. Ooh, can I know what your hyperfixation is? Not that I would need to shift what and add to my fixations. I'm always interested to know that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I saw that you wanted to start making candy. I can't wait to see that because I know you're gonna make some killer designs. So I cannot wait for that. Bonnie's working on her Tunisian wrap, which is going to be so gorgeous. But yeah, so in our crochet along, $2 packs of beads. I Yeah, and then I think you talked about like a dollar store that you have the gayest. Just make it the gayest. I love that, as it should be. Um, there will be a lot of variety, a lot of different things to make. Um, in the crochet along, you aren't beholden to making every single thing we design. You can skip weeks. It's not going to be like a full-time job trying to keep up with the crochet along, because like we don't do that. Like I'll speak personally, I don't do that. So like, which is why I don't do most crochet alongs. So I feel like there's such a commitment. This is low stakes, and you can get a bunch of cool designs available. Well, I hope that you think that they're cool. I think they're cool. Yeah, that's so cool, Winter. I'm so excited to see what you make. Just the gayest thing you've ever seen. Okay, so I'm pulling my ends all to be on the same side, just so I can kind of see where everything is, and hopefully kind of secure them together. So it should be a little bit more. I don't love when I have, like, especially when I'm made a granny square, or something that uses a granny stitch and it's so open. I find that sewing in the ends, I'm always a lot more self-conscious about like an end popping out because it's just so there. Oh, hey Ivy, sorry I like kind of like zoned out and up. I missed you, sorry about that. Welcome in, welcome in. Hey Lori, welcome in. For my B-Day, I'm going to pick a few more because I need black and white beads. Nice. To make the gothiest stuff too. Yes, obviously. I mean, I would expect no less. Hey, Rachel. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for stopping in, and I welcome you to stay. Kick your feet up, get comfortable, because I am going to be sewing in these ends for just a little bit. There's so many stripes. There's so many colors. What was that noise, you might ask? I just don't know. Sometimes things are beyond explanation, and I feel like we've reached that, haven't we? Okay, so let's just get started. If you're working on something and you haven't already shared, please feel free, if you would like to share. I always love seeing what other people are making and living vicariously through them, because I work pretty slow and I get very distracted during projects when I start something new. So, so seeing and hearing what other people make is very intriguing to me. One of these days, I will learn how to use the new community tab, and you all can post pictures there if you don't want to do the Facebook Army of Weirdos thing. I know not everyone has Facebook, so So that seems to be much easier because you're on YouTube. So you got that, it seems. But I don't know your life. Like I can get super sucked into just like sewing in these ends and get a little like hours could go by and I'm like, oh, that was like 10 minutes. Or the opposite. The opposite's always the worst when you're like, I've been working on this for hours and I've done so much, and it's 10 minutes, you haven't made really any progress at all. Working on a new color combo for your bead crochet keychains. I have not seen those yet that you've done, but I always love your bead work, so I'm super excited to see that. Sorry, I'm like holding it. I'm working on stuffing my face and listening to music in you. Stuff that face. Do it. Good. Nice. Ivy, those are nice. The ones you posted are amazing, Ivy. Nice. So it already sounds like you will continue your trend of making things that are very awesome. And I will look at that when I can. I'm always like, wow. And the fact that you make things as quickly as you do, I'm like, Ivy's not even human. Do my own live in about 30 minutes, but I'll leave yours running in the meantime. That's very nice. Yeah, I like in the past, like, I don't even know how long. It's just like, I can't really, I don't get as much done. Like, sewing in ends is different, but like, it kind of, my attention's so bad that I kind of have to be live or I just can't get anything done. I don't even remember what noise I made, but I bet it was great. I was making one video for I'm doing a makeup series for Disability Pride Month. So it's kind of like the mix of the two and tips and tricks I've learned and stuff like that. And I at one point was so I put the captions on like TikToks so that it would, like uh, highlight as I like talked, and they're automatically produced, but you can go in and edit them. But there was a point of like maybe like 15 seconds where I just was trying to describe something, but I couldn't describe it in words. I only had sound effects, and I'm like, this like because I do the captions because I didn't do the first day and I didn't think about it, but I was like, oh, I'm trying to make things accessible. People who are hard of hearing or deaf, having captions would be much more helpful, I assume. And so I have put captions that move as I talk in the rest of them. But then I'm like trying to make these noises and trying to describe, but like the brain won't capture words. It's just like, yeah, and I'm doing that again and again. And how many colors is in that Disability Pride? So there are 5 diagonal stripes, and then there is a black background. And each stripe represents different disabilities. Alfredo and pasta is my victim of the night. Nice. Sewing in ends is a huge task. Yeah. I get too chatty when I'm live. get much more done with others. Yeah, I think, yeah, I kind of bounce back and forth. It depends on how much I want to do it. Pretty much. Bracelet maybe. That would be cool. You know, the right amount of chatty, Lori. Yeah. And what's interesting too, I mean, I think that the creation of the disability pride flag and how collaborative it was is really important, and a really I'll continue to kind of take that as an important um, reminder of how broad the the word disability is and what it means for people. So you know, it can look so many different ways, uh, and but it's not. You know, there's a campaign right now. I've seen a lot of billboards, but I've seen it before, and I don't know who's doing it. Like I don't know if there's like a organization that's like their campaign or whatnot, but it's saying that like disability is not a dirty word or like a curse word or something like that. And I think that that's really important to note, is that it's not like the, you know, it's just some people's reality. It's a lot of people's reality. So it's not a dirty word. Um, but I've seen that. Actually, I want to look that up. Oh, it's uh, the Easter seals. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, there's billboards. I when I went to get my tattoos yesterday, I think I passed like at least two, maybe three, um, uh, uh, billboards for it. And I think you know, I think that's where like the awareness part of the month comes in, where it's you know, it's building awareness of uh, just like it, it's okay to say that that's what people are going through, and if people tell you they're disabled, to, you know, understand that that can look a bunch of different ways. It doesn't have to look like something you can see, um, or anything like that. So, but will people stop acting a fool because of it? Really? I'm glad you asked. The answer is no. Ooh, play bingo Tuesday night. You might win one. Oh, nice. people are starting to open their mind about it more. Yeah, and there are so many amazing disability advocates out there putting in the work, talking about it, and also going into a lot of places and spaces that, you know, I feel like, you know, things like corporations and companies like talking about making products more accessible. Like I feel like some companies are listening more, making spaces more accessible for people who are like visually impaired, or um, making uh, making different options for people who are deaf or hard of hearing, like that. You know, I think that there's advocates out there, and even people who are like unofficial advocates, like those people who are speaking up, or just existing in spaces, I think are changing a lot. You know, there's always going to be things that make it harder for people, but at the same time, there's still some good happening, and I think it's easy to get, you know, bogged down in the bad of you know, existing. I don't know about you all. I often systematically get asked how I'm poor since I'm on disability when I say I'm disabled. Yeah, the system is not really designed to. I mean, you're basically, in my experience and to my knowledge, like forced into a level of poverty, if not relatively extreme poverty, due to being disabled. And you know, people talk about like some people talk like getting disability checks, or like, oh, I'm just like raking in the dough, making so much money, and I'm just like, where? Like, where? But okay. But you know, that's where the education happens. Or, you know, telling those people that, you know, do some reading and stop being so ignorant and let them educate themselves. So I know sometimes it's challenging for me to consider myself disabled because it's just migraines, but disability comes in all forms. I absolutely understand. And I, you know, that it's just blank, I think applies to so many people in the disability community. And it also, I feel like, is something that, you know, you didn't ask for it, it happens, and you're just like, you want to do more generally. I mean, I'm speaking personally. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you want to do more and you just can't. Your 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 head's throbbing, and it's gonna, like, for migraine, and it's, you know, feels like it's gonna explode. Like I like, why would you choose that? But I think also, from in my own journey, acceptance has been a huge part of it. And but not like resignation, like, oh, my life has to suck. Like that was one point of my stages of grief over this change in my life. But you know, because the conditions that I'm disabled with, I've had for a long time, but they didn't get bad enough to disable me until I had other health problems. And and so, like, even just changing that mindset of like, well, you know, isn't this the same bipolar that I had before? Nope, not at all, not even close. It's hard. It is a very hard thing to accept, and I totally understand where you're coming from with that. And that's, you know, every person's journey for themselves. Um, you know, I hope that you get to a place of peace with that. But you know, you know, and if you ever want to talk about that, I'm open to just listening or anything like that. Whatever I can do to help, I understand. I think. Let's see. Sorry, the chat got away from me, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Let me see. And people don't even know how hard it is to actually be approved for it. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not even on it. Yep. I know so many people who, and that's, part of, part of the flag is invisible or undiagnosed disabilities. That's the white stripe in the middle. And those people have almost, it's almost impossible for them to get disability. And it's I've seen it firsthand, and it's very hard. Um, and they still have to survive, like the rest of us, right? Yeah. So people who talk like it's easy, I'm like, then go for it. Just go for it. Tell me how fucking easy it is. The imposter syndrome. Oh my gosh, big time, big time. And comparing yourself to other people who are disabled, they have it worse. They have this, they have that. Sister is an amputee and numerous medical issues. Yeah, it's like, it's so easy to compare yourself to other people. Yeah. Yeah, I'm on SSDI. Yeah, and um, it's it, it is what it is. It's not. I'm not gonna be buying a Rolex anytime soon. I don't know why that's like the first thing I thought of, but yeah, that's what it does. And then there's also like, so one thing that because so June is LGBTQ plus Pride Month, and then July is Disability Pride Month. And one of the things that carries over, one idea that carries over from June to July is marriage equality, because, and this is a phrase there is that a lot of people have used. So I didn't invent this either, but there is no marriage equality, and if people who are disabled can't get married without losing their benefits, and that's a thing for a lot of people. They call it the marriage penalty, depending on the type of disability that you get. You can lose your benefits from getting married, and like how is that fair? You've been used an attorney and denied 3 times. Yeah, and the denials hit hard. The denials hit hard for sure. um, I mean, yeah, it's like people can warn you that you're definitely gonna get denied the first time, probably gonna get denied the second time. You might have a hearing, like all that stuff. Um, yeah, I got denied 2 times and then had a hearing, but I had my attorney, because I kept on doing research, and like I was like, look, I have this thing that shows people who have bipolar for more than 20 years, like show like visible brain damage from manic episodes destroying and eating their brains. And so I was like literally just like putting all of these things in front of my attorney and like sending them everything. And my attorney was like, stop, like your file is like 3 times the size of everyone else we see get approved. Crochet yourself a Rolex. Exactly. I don't know if I have the money for the yarn to crochet a Rolex. Maybe I do. We'll see. um, that's really funny. I like that. But yeah, or like if you are disabled, they're like, well, why are you out doing stuff? If you're so disabled, why are you out, walking around? Why? Why? And it's like, you can be disabled and, you know, maybe you're able to do stuff other than just sit or lie all day in one place and look at the wall. Like, and if you can, it's nice to be able to do that, because, like, if you don't, like I know that if I don't get out of my apartment, I start to lose my mind more, much more. So nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. So yeah, there's a lot of misconceptions around disability, and I think that having conversations about it and bringing awareness to it is always going to be a good thing. Hey Zach, sorry, I was kind of in the middle of talking, so I didn't say hi as fast. Marriage equality. After you said that, it reminded me that a friend had to divorce her partner to qualify for some benefits. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so that could mean you for some people that can change their health insurance, and that like they might move from a spouse to a domestic partner. And while domestic partners now can be covered under people's health insurance, you do have to pay taxes that you don't on health insurance for domestic partners that you don't have to pay for spouses. And some and I believe if it's some companies, if they offer insurance to their employees, they don't even allow domestic partners on the plan. Some of them who are really, really strict don't allow spouses on the plan unless they don't have uh, uh, insurance through, or unless they don't have insurance themselves. But those are like the really crazy ones that I've seen. Yeah, yeah, it's crazy, right? That would be that's still something that you know um, you know people have to think about is if I get married and just just for loving someone, and also the 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 only one absolute benefit of getting married in uh like for that paper is the tax benefit. And because like you can be devoted, get a ring, have a ceremony, all that stuff. I mean, some people are, you know, it's more important to them to have it be legal, but you know, there's tax benefits, so you're withholding money from people, and you are forcing them to potentially lose other benefits. So shitty, right? Sorry, I could go on and on. I usually do anyways, but let me. I've not done many ends. This is gonna take forever. Oopsies. Okay. Thanks for coming in, Winter. 1 second. Okay, sorry. Oh yeah, the Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell. They also do have a much higher income than the average person. But you know, every couple, every relationship, they have the right to make that choice. So good for them. Um, okay, so let's go. Let's find what I miss. Difficulty that I'm mostly functional, so people don't understand that I have some migraine symptoms literally every day. My ex has chronic migraines, and almost every day, uh, it's a migraine, and most meds don't work. The only thing she found that did work was Botox, and that helped her be functional, but she still had migraines. So it was like it wasn't a cure, and didn't stop them. It just made them a little bit more tolerable, and yeah. So I've seen how debilitating they can be, and I'm very sorry you experienced that. Um, yeah, I mean, and just terrible. But you know, I'm glad you're here. I don't know where he's going with that, but I'm glad you're here. And I'm sorry you have to deal with that. I'm sorry anyone who has to deal with this, but I'm glad that we have a community of people who can talk about it if we want to, or just hang out and distract ourselves, because that is a coping skill that is positive when done in moderation and balance with everything and balancing everything else. When you weave the end in, do you cut it immediately or do you wait to cut them all? So I kind of with this many ends, I cut them in clusters because it's faster to move through a couple, but I don't want to forget what I've already sewn in, um, and um, and like accidentally miss one. So I've been doing the ones I know for a fact I sewed in or have sewn in is the way you say it. I I weave in as I go. Nice. Yeah, with these I I didn't. I mean, I had to change so often. It was terrible. I typically like to weave in with. I find with granny squares, I just I I can't. I just don't. They don't weave in like my brain wants them to weave in. Weave. Hey Lydia, welcome in. I cut, weave, cut, weave. Nice. Well, this is a little interesting situation. What the fuck did I do here? Vyepti. Yeah, I've heard of that. Which is infusion med, works best with Botox. It helps more. Yeah, she was on like when they started doing like the auto injectables and all that. She did that, and she tried like everything. Um, but with the place that she gets Botox at, because it's a neurologist, and with the company with the specialty pharmacy that sends the Botox, she's got to pay her balance like uh, she said pay for the med before they'll send it, and they don't do payment plans, and so it's always just like catching up on bills, and it was not a great situation, but that's like the only way. And then, you know, there were other health issues as well. Did I have a good day today? Yeah, it was good. I'm trying to think, what did I do? Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty relaxed, which was good after yesterday, kind of running around. And then getting my two tattoos was good. But then I had a meeting that I attended with the phone. And then I had the video or the live stream with Crystal, which was super fun, to work on different patterns for the Halloween cowl. So that was good. But today has just been more relaxed. Did some dishes, kept it pretty chill. Worked on a video that will be uploaded tomorrow, which is different than my normal stuff, but that's pretty standard here. It's like crochet is just like a part of the channel where I also just post like random shit. And I was looking for something, I think, to send Crystal, and I was in my like camera reel, and I um, I saw like a bunch of like video clips from the Fall Out Boy concert that I went to last year, and I was like, oh, I meant to like put a video together or something, and like so I could like have everything and like remember the concert all together. So I spent like 2 hours just like putting that all together, and yeah, so it's been pretty relaxed. Knuckles are still a little bit sore, but they're not red. I mean, they were barely red when I had freshly got them done. So yeah, if you haven't seen them, I think I showed them kind of already. So and also, how was everyone's day? Thank you for asking. So there's stars on both pinkies. Then they're all these tattoos on my knuckles are pretty much surrounding my friendship with my friend who passed last year on July 15th. So there's a double heart right here, a feather that's 1000% for him, a sun, and then I have a spider, a snake, a moon, and a star. So I've been wanting knuckle tattoos for a while. Didn't know quite what I wanted. I originally wanted letters, but it was kind of just, I knew that like letters are a huge commitment. And I couldn't quite find pictures that I was like super sold on, or that I would have space for. And then I saw the Botox savings program. I think, I don't know. We don't really talk much anymore, if I'm honest. If it's out there and neurologists know about it, and like her neurologist is very good and very mindful of like prices and stuff like that, and savings programs. So if it exists and he knows about it, I'm sure she's heard about it. But but I don't. I learned my lesson about suggesting things unsolicited, in an unsolicited fashion, I guess we'll say. One second. Yeah, but Botox is very expensive, and she gets a lot of it. I think she gets like 50 shots in her from like her shoulders to her head. Okay. Ludia, totally understandable. As long as it's a good meteorologist, I'm sure they have. I was like, or metrologist. I was like, weather. um, yeah, he's like always like in the know about new things coming out, and like so it's a headache specific clinic. Like it's not a broad neurologist. Not that neurology is. I mean, neurology is pretty broad actually because your brain can do a lot of fucked up shit. Um, but he like uh, the clinic that he works at focuses solely on headaches and migraines. So yeah, he's always in the know. I feel uh, very confident that if if it's out there, it's probably been passed along to her through him. But yeah, anytime someone tells me that they have chronic migraines, I'm like, I'm so sorry. I know, like, I have had like one, maybe two migraines in my life, and they put me on my ass, and I was like, I want to die, and so when people are, and then also the perspective of seeing someone else close to me go through them, I'm like, they're no joke. They aren't just little headaches. Take a little Excedrin. Oh, I was gonna ask like a question that like a conversation starter question, but I don't remember what it was. Okay. Oh yeah, I remember. Okay, so the question is, how do you drink your coffee? If you don't drink coffee, or you rather drink tea, or you drink tea more, how do you drink your tea? What kind of tea? What kind of coffee? If you have a preference, because I was making mine, and I was like, I wonder, like, because I when I tell people how I make my coffee, oh my gosh, look, that I did not plan that. I did not plan that. My Nightbot dropped my coffee or my coffee, whatever. Link. Um, that was unexpected. That link is there, but I did not plan that. I am working on my cardigan, and I'm sewing in ends a million million ends. So one side, so this is a commission. One side is the trans pride. You've seen you saw me start this side, I remember, because you helped me with the coloring. And this is the cuff, and then the other side is the rainbow. It's 8-color rainbow flag colors, and there's so many freak ants. You just chew the coffee grounds straight up. Yeah, you do. And you're like, oh, it's 8 p.m. I'm gonna just chew some coffee. Although I do really like chocolate covered espresso beans. Those are really nice. Slightly different from chewing up coffee grounds. It's the worst when you have coffee grounds at the bottom of your coffee. Ugh. No, I mean, it's not like, I mean, there are things that are more gross for sure, but it's not my favorite, I gotta admit. Those are good. The espresso beans, yeah. I'm always like, what's the appropriate number to like to eat? Because like I could eat like a whole bag, but is that like 18 cups of espresso? I don't know. Also, is it really hard for me to say espresso when I constantly want to say espresso? Yes. I have to think about it every time I say it. Okay, so sometimes black, sometimes with creamer. Depends on the day. Very nice, very nice. I drink tea with some stevia. Very nice. What kind of tea do you like, Lori? I love tea, but I like once I started drinking loose leaf, I just became like such a tea snob. It's crazy. It's crazy. Now drinking a bag tea is really hard. So don't switch if you haven't, because it's hard to go the other way. I have my coffee with a little bit of coffee with my creamer. I know people like that. Coffee with half and half and syrup. Oh, like maple syrup or like the flavored pump syrups that people put like in like coffees and waters and all kinds of stuff. Thank you, Carrie. Yeah, I drink mine black with artificial sweetener. So I use like equal. I use like aspartame sweeteners. A lot of the other sweeteners or just sugar I don't prefer, but I just drink it with one. And then, but I'll drink it just black. Loosely for sure. Hell yeah. Tea dust. Yeah, they sweep it off the floor. What do you mind if I ask what kind of loose leaf you drink? I literally before this live was I was supposed to get some delivered because I ordered some and I haven't had it in a long time, and I have like a tea steeper thing that like goes into like, steeps it, and then you can put it on your cup and it drains into your cup. I love those things so much more than the little dippy things. But I finally got some loose leaf tea ordered, and then the package never came or got stolen or something. So I'm trying to figure that out with them because I want my tea. I just want the tea. I mean, if they could refund me, I guess like that's cool too. But like as of right now, I'm out money and tea. which is not where I want it to be. Trend. Yeah, I'll have to let you know if like how it gets sorted out. But let me see. So the company that I ordered from is called Leafberry. And so I'll put like, you know, we'll see if it's like, I don't think it's a scam. But what's interesting is so they are, it's a Kenyan, they, it's a Kenyan tea, and they have like purple tea. And I was like, what is purple tea? And they have yellow tea. And I was like, what is yellow tea? So reading on the website, it was actually really interesting. Real maple syrup. That sounds good as hell. I actually had a drink the other day when I was meeting up with someone, because I don't ever go to coffee shops. Try to save money. Coffee's expensive, those shops. Damn. It's like an $11 coffee. I'm like, what the fuck are you putting in it? Anyways, I like Simpson and Vale and NT. I'm writing those down somewhere. Simpson and Vale. Okay, found that. Oh, the literary tea. I feel like that's tickling a part of my brain that I feel like I've heard before. Also, there's I saw some ads for this company called Snarky Teas, and they look like they have some cool options. And also how they set up their company is like basically everything is like a flavor like herbal tea, and then they have like a basic black tea, but you can like mix them, so you can like make any tea a black tea by because I like black tea is my favorite, and so like you could like make a black tea by having the black tea and then adding some of the others. I was like, that's cool. I never really thought about mixing them. So that I thought that was a really cool idea and a model for teas. I like David's tea, but it's so expensive. I mean, they do have a cinnamon tea that I'm obsessed with. I love cinnamon. I want cinnamon everything. Oh yeah, but the coffee that I had, so it was it was maple syrup and cinnamon, and in the coffee, and I think it was just drip coffee, and I think it was like $8 or $9. I was like, fuck it. Yeah, I was like, that's so cool. Just a basic black tea, and you can just mix your own. So cool. Would have never thought of it. But yeah, if you like, yes, okay, I agree with you 1000%. Yeah, the price is. I'm glad I'm not like imagining the price is really high. Yeah, the cinnamon is so good, and that tea is like I could go. Like I have gotten like the biggest thing that they have of that tea, and just like I've gone through it, no problem. And it's like drinking hot tamales. I love it. Almost worth it. Some days I'm weak and I like put it in the cart and I'm like, should I? I don't really have money. It's so tempting. So another question, just random things that pop in my head. So what's your favorite like go-to snack? Which I know like sometimes you might be in this mood and sometimes you might be in this mood. But if you just wanted like a snack, what would it be? I know if I want something like crunchy, I'm probably gonna go to like a flaming hot Cheeto or something like that. But if I want something like on like any average like snack for me is probably gonna be yogurt with granola in it. Or has a friend in Toronto and she buys me David's and you smuggle it across the border, don't you? When it goes to Canada because it's way more affordable, but it's still expensive. Yeah. And they have like brick and mortar stores, don't they? In Canada. Yeah, I was thinking like I wonder if it would be cheaper in Canada, but I didn't know, so I didn't know if it was stupid to say out loud, so I kept it in my brain case. And when I uh, the other night, Crystal also said that she um, put blueberries in her yogurt and granola, and so I got some frozen blueberries because fresh blueberries are so difficult for me. Um, and yay, are fed. Um, and a lot of fresh things are, which sucks. But frozen ones are a lot more reliable. Already forgot the good question. So I'll type it out and put it on the screen. Then it'll be easier for everyone because I'll forget too. Okay, it's like over the chat. That's weird. Why wouldn't it put it right here? Oh, I just realized that you can see parts of me that I don't show. Doritos or Cheetos? Nice. Do you do like the plain Doritos or plain Cheetos, or do you like the flavored ones, or popcorn? Popcorn's great, and yeah, salty is my usual. Yeah, I always go for savory. Yeah, I usually go for savory, but I do like the I feel like the yogurt's nice because it's not too sweet, and then I put some of that granola Ritz veggie. Is that a type of Ritz cracker, or do you eat? Yeah, what's that? Tell me the details. You've intrigued me. Plain, nice. Yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with the plain ones. They're solid. Oh, cool. Check that out. Sometimes when they do like the veggie infused or like veggie flavored, like anything like that, sometimes when they do those, it's like a huge miss. And then sometimes they're so good. I think I had tried some Cheerios. It was like last year before, when I was in my old apartment, and they had like they were berry flavored, but they had like veggies in them, and they were so good. I sampled them. They had like a person passing out samples in the grocery store. I tried them and I was like, these are really good. So sometimes they surprise you, but sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're very bad. Carrots, but also sunflower seeds. Nice. Those are excellent. Do you dip your carrots in anything? Or are you just a little bunny rabbit that eats the carrots? That wasn't to make fun of you. Carrots are delicious. Original Lays, nice. Yeah, those are the best. I like the pickle Lays, but putting the kids to sleep in the wrestling fashion. Did you sneeze? Did you sneeze? Lurking. Little baby. You can't keep your eyes open. Oh yeah, go to sleep. Go to sleep, my love. Wow, beautiful. Pickle Lays are so good. Yeah, so good. Don't let me keep anybody up who doesn't want to be up. I guess that would be keeping someone up by definition. I don't know. Whatever. Get the sleep you need. Take care of yourself. That's always way more important than you attending a live, which honestly, these are going to, heads up, these are going to be very inconsequential to your life. And if they're not, we got to talk. Priorities. Just had pickle Lays. Nice. Fighting with fish wasn't on my agenda tonight. Fist fight? Was it a fair fight? No, I can, yeah. Sometimes it's like that. Life will keep you on your toes. Oh, I got the cutest kitty in the world. Except all the other kitties. Mine's like a little bit cuter, let's be honest. So I have some stuff coming in from Amazon tomorrow, because Amazon's kind of the only service that I can like I can track like how close they are to my house. Like they'll be like 2 steps away. Both my cat and I just jumped because someone like dropped something upstairs. Surprise! I have PTSD. Scotty's good. We just both had a little fright from that. But he's doing good. Yeah, he was hiding a lot uh, recently, but I think he's back to coming out. I guess um, it might have been after the 4th of July that he was a little bit more skittish, because it was so freaking crazy loud with the fireworks. So he didn't come out a lot after that, and but now he's coming out a little bit. Thank you for asking. He's very angelic, very beautiful. Oh, but in the so in the Amazon order, so I got a new tarot deck. Uh, I got the Crow tarot deck. This is so, like, if you know, like, I got the crow tattoo and the feather. The feather. I got this for a reason, because my friend, um, and I wanted to have this deck in particular. It looked really good to me. I don't usually like buying tarot decks. I have so many in North Carolina, and when he died, I think I inherited like 3 more decks, and like you don't need that much. Like this, you need, if you use them, you usually just need one. Um, and but so I've never like had a ton of tarot decks. I think I had 2 before that, so like I had 5. But when I came here, I didn't have one, so I ordered one on Amazon, and I have like a very basic, like the most basic deck uh, here. But I wanted to get this one because I thought it would be nice to have. So I got that. I got a needle felting kit, like a really cheap one, but I just felt like I have really wanted that, and Walmart doesn't have it, at least not in stores, which I can't get Walmart delivery, because then I have the problem of not being able to know how many stops away it is, and then shit gets stolen from me. So I got a needle felting kit because that has been something I've really wanted for a couple months. And then this is this is going to be great, I think, year round. But I really wanted this for the for the for the Halloween cow. It's one of those like boards where you can put the little letters in, and I thought this would be really cool as I'm like filming like tutorials and stuff like that, and to have I just and I thought it'd be fun. So I did a little treat for myself. Also, it's really good. I went to Marshall's when I was in my meeting, because it was virtual and over Zoom, and I was like walking around, and they had some Halloween stuff up, and I didn't buy anything, which usually that's not what happens. I am very impulsive, and my attention span's short. So if I'm like, I'm not gonna buy anything, I could like turn my head and be like, yoink, and then go shop or like go buy it. So I almost got a mug. There were a couple mugs that looked really cute, but one that I the one that I wanted most, but I was like, they're gonna be mugs for the next like 3 months, so I'm okay. And I have a couple mugs, and there's gonna be one that I'm not gonna be able to resist. I could resist that one. I could put it back. I was like, I've seen this like, I think I saw like a similar one last year, the year before. So it's not like that design is something I'm never gonna see before. Sometimes you see one and you're like, this is it. So yeah. Anywho. So I'm excited for my little board. It's actually not super little. It's like 17 inches tall. Is what I read. I didn't just remember it. So it's a good size. So, if you like anything about Halloween, first of all, if you don't like anything about Halloween, how were you here? Not judging you, kind of judging you, but like that's an interest. It was just that's interesting to me. But anywho, but what is your favorite part about Halloween, or what do you like? What kind of things do you like about Halloween? Even if you don't do it yourself, like you like the idea of doing it or something like that, or maybe you have a memory of doing it when you were younger or something like that. I'm always interested to hear because there's so many facets of the holiday. You know, it could be like watching movies, it could be, maybe you played pranks on people when you were a kid. Maybe it was going trick or treating or getting dressed up. Um, I don't know. I love everything about Halloween pretty much like so much. Uh, I but I know everyone's got their favorite part. I love like decorating. I mean, granted, in my especially in my last place, like I kind of have like a general Halloween decor all year round, and then during the Halloween months, I like turn it up to 11. um, but here, it's just not very Halloweeny, and I mean, it's just been so expensive to like get things like stabilized financially and like mentally and health wise that it's just not very Halloween like here. So I think little things like here and there, like building my Halloween mug collection, which I was really proud of, and added to every year at home, or uh, I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, I just like I feel like I want some more. I want to make it feel more like Halloween. But yeah, I really turn it up during Halloween. Seven. I wanted to show. The pumpkins and the costumes. Getting to wear scary costumes. Yes, the costumes are fun. Um, Part of the cowl that I was thinking about doing was like making like small like costume components. Because costumes are a really fun part of Halloween. It's always been one of my favorite parts. Is there any like kind of I don't want to say like generic, but like well like maybe generic is the word, but like costume component that you feel like would be cool to see crocheted. Um, I'm just asking because I made the mask for the Ninja Turtles, and that's like something small that you can whip up quick if you didn't have time to go to the store, or if you don't want to spend like $100 million at Spirit Halloween or any other shop. Um, like they're all so expensive. Yeah, costumes are so fun. And scary costumes. What kind of scary costumes have both of you worn? That's super fun. I love pumpkins, but I have like less than fun memories with carving pumpkins. So um, well, like I feel like I always got excited about it as a kid, but we'd leave the pumpkins outside and they'd get so cold. And so as you were like scooping out the guts, it was like your hands were freezing and like gonna fall off. Um, so that's what I remember with carving pumpkins. So I haven't carved a pumpkin in years. Um, but if there's a better way, please let me know. Um, and then they get gross on your porch and the slugs come out. I love making my daughter's costume. I wanted to be a blizzard, like snowstorm. Oh, that's so cool. And coming with that is so cool. I love that. How did you do it? Do you mind if I ask? Like, that sounds fun. I love things like that. Also, I used to cosplay, which was a fun hobby, but very, very expensive as well. But making costumes is always super fun. It's nice to stretch your creative legs through that, I think. Let's see, the last costume I dressed up as, I think, was Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec. It was a couple years ago. But I did like the red shirt. If you watch the show, you might understand the reference. And then khakis and a mustache. Get a light blue sweatshirt, then put a bunch of polyfill all over. Nice. And flat snowflake ornaments. And silver Haitian. I was like, Haitian. I was like, I'm not seeing how that makes a blizzard. Um, I don't think they have a lot of blizzards in Haiti, but okay. Silver hairspray and white and silver makeup. Very cool. That's so cool. I love that. I really got to get this uh, community page up and running because that sounds awesome. I want to see pictures and stuff like that. Now you would know how to crochet some stuff. Like what? I mean, I can't say that for sure I know how to make it or can figure it out, but between Crystal and me, we probably can figure some things out. Let's just make the most generic comment or like general comment. Do not say that I can definitely do something. Yeah, whether it's styles of things, whether it's so like if you're like I would want to know how to like do amigurumi, or I want to know how to do mosaic crochet or tapestries, because these are all conversations that we've been having kind of off the screen and on live streams, or whether you're like like I I really want to make. Mm, I'll just use an example that we've actually talked about. Like, I really want to make a tarantula. I have no idea how to make a tarantula. And if that's something that you might be interested in having a pattern for, but don't have the time, energy, or anything to, you know, or you don't know where to start. Maybe with our powers combined, we can all do it, because also that's what like the prep for it is. It's like, well, we're talking and like we'll ask questions like, how would you do this, like how would you, and so it's very collaborative even before like we get to crocheting along together, right? It's like think tank behind the crochet along. So that's why I really like that we're doing the prep. um yeah, spiders are really fun. Yeah, so if you wanted a spider, like how detailed would you want it? Would you want something that was good, that is like 2D and you can put up on the wall? Would you want something that kind of stands up? Would you want something that looks more realistic? Anything like, or like a type of like however you want to, whatever you're interested in, we will take those things into consideration at the very least and try to figure them out. Because like, and I won't speak for Crystal, obviously, because that's not fair to her, but um, like, like to me, um, like what's, I would ask myself, like what's the point of making a crochet along if we're making stuff that nobody wants to make or nobody wants, right? So like that's where having people give input is really helpful, because then we can actually make stuff that you want and we want. Hey, Winter, how was your live? Sorry, I had no idea what time it was or what time it was ending or where I'm at. I I don't know what's happening. Bless you. Oh my god, so cute. I could die. Oh, oh, fellow queers. I love fellow queers. Usually, we have a lot in common because queerness. So when I went to get my tattoos yesterday, so I went into, they were in like an office building and it's like a med spa, and my tattoo artist also does like permanent makeup and stuff like that. And so she and is like what you would imagine, I guess, like an Orange County woman looking like, I guess, if you know what that looks like. So there's like you have to, the bathrooms are locked and like outside of the particular suite that they're in, so you have to get keys from the people in the suites. So I say that because, so I walked in and she's like, oh, like, are do you have an appointment? I was like, I do, I'm getting tattoos. And she was like, great, yeah. And so she's like, come on back. And I was like, actually, do you mind if I go to the restroom really quickly? And so she's like, yeah, the keys are right here, this little table. The bathroom keys are right there. And so there's one marked men and one marked women. Um, And so she's kind of like staring at which one I pick, like very deliberately. And I'll skip to the end. Like she does redeem herself later on, but I just think she just doesn't know much about it. Transness. So she like sees which one I pick, and I'm just like, yep, just picking out the man, the men's the door, the key for the men's room, and like she deliberately watched it, and but not to be like, she didn't seem like she was trying to be mean. She was just trying to like figure out what's going on. So I picked that up, went to the bathroom, came back, put the key down. So she pulled me back, and she was like, "Are you my 11 o'clock?" And I was like, "No, I'm 11. You're 11:30." I just got there early because I didn't want to be late because you know, things can happen, right? And she was like, she said, "Are you my girl for 11?" And I was like, "No, I'm at 11:30." And and then she's like, "Oh yeah, I knew I had like a couple girls like back to back, and or something like that." So she said girls again, and I'm like, "You saw?" I was like this is like, it's just like living where I live and interacting with people I interact with. I don't kind of deal with that too much anymore right now. I know it's I could go back home and get right back on that horse. But I um, I so I didn't correct her, and I'd contacted her through Facebook, so she saw that my name was Ian, um, and you know, uh, which is you know what one might consider not a traditional female name, but whatevs. And but it doesn't happen to me that much, so I think that's kind of why I was like, this is kind of weird. Like she saw me pick it, but you know, I think also if you, I don't know, I don't know. So I just kind of was like a little bummed, but I was not like, I was like, this is gonna be such a quick transaction of things, and she doesn't seem like she's doing it to be hateful or anything. So I'm just gonna let this one kind of slide and just kind of keep my mouth shut because I just don't even want to deal with it. But I was with her for like 2 hours or something like that, and I mentioned like trans healthcare, and that's part of why I was in California. We were just chit chatting, as she's tattooing me, and so we started talking about it, and all that, and she was really cool, and then she started changing the pronouns and stuff like that, and she asked some questions that like, not not the ideal questions to ask a trans person, like what was your old name and things like that, but I know how to deflect enough, but I didn't say like don't ask that. I just was like, it was a family name, and she didn't push. So, and she was really nice, and decent otherwise, and so I think that but still I was like, yeah, at first I was like a little bummed, but luckily it didn't turn out to be anything that couldn't be you know kind of reversed a little bit, and she was like, oh, okay. So that was yesterday. Just like something I'm not totally, it just doesn't happen to me as much anymore, so I think that that's what stood out. Like, what? Okay, whatever, just get this over with. But not too bad though. Most people just are trying and doing their best, and most people don't have malicious intent, is my experience. I mean, some people do, and those people suck. Hey, Rudy, welcome in. Thank you for the time. But most people are just doing their best, and just ignorant, which means they just don't know any better. Yeah, yeah, that might be the word. It felt like a little bit like getting demoted. Like, oh, like I had made progress with not people not really saying anything, and now I've been demoted. But also I had like makeup on, like a little bit of makeup on, and like that could have been part. I mean, not to ever like people can look however they want, but like that, and I wasn't even thinking about that, but honestly, like she was nice and it worked out. So the score has been settled. It is what it is, but yeah, I mean, yeah, if you, I mean, if you don't know for sure, I mean, like that is very mindful to refer to everyone when you don't know their pronouns. I mean, that's amazing. I do my best when I don't know someone's pronouns to do that, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, probably just depends on you know a variety of factors. Like, am I in the South? Like, I'm from the South. Like, or am I at a medical office? Like, at a medical office, that is like prime misgendering time, because they, and I understand that they want to make sure you are who you say you, because like is your legal name changed, um, and but like they also want to, like, oh my gosh, just anything medical. Oh, that's so sweet. People going to deliberately misgender in some places because they have the wrong priorities and refuse to understand. Yeah, see, those are the people who, like, there's a difference between being ignorant, not knowing any better, doing your best, or just not really knowing what to do. Like that's one thing. People who are malicious on purpose, that's a a different story entirely. And you got to really, um, you've got to know, uh, or try to get an idea of who's in what bracket. Um, the era I gave my dead name and went with what was on my ID on purpose. Exactly. Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah, I'm like, I don't even try to correct most of them. But like a lot of the places out here in California, they on the form, it has preferred name as a line item, so you can put your preferred name. Still, most of them will say my dead name, but it's a step. But yeah, usually in medical situations, I'm not gonna even try. Yeah, I'm like, I mean, I was gonna tell a story, but there's a, I don't know. For a while, there was a popular drag queen on the internet that has my old name, and I was hearing it a lot more, and I was like, "This is so weird. This is so weird." Uh, but you know, it happens if other people have that name, and maybe it's extra weird, or I don't know, because it's not a common name, so it was very like, where the hell did this come from? It's a lot of phobes. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That's difficult. You're right about like picking your battles, because like it will, like, it sucks up a lot of energy to try to like correct people, and like I know that non-binary um, people deal with different situations than people who are in the binary. And so, having to explain they, them pronouns or neo pronouns, saying that you're not in the binary, or you are smack dab in the middle of the binary, or in some place and within between the two. It's a different situation. Um, uh, I know from seeing a lot of friends deal with that, including you. Even here in Colorado, most medical places have the preferred name line and separated question of gender and sex. Yeah, that is another thing that I see more here. Um, yeah, or like how would you or like how do you identify? And so for me, because like some trans men are like I'm a man, and then some trans men like myself are like I'm a trans man. um and so like that's where like just even how someone will talk to you, or you want someone to talk to you, is different, um depending on who you are asking, and what their preference is. So it's good that people are trying to get with the times and slowly getting there in some places, not all places, but we're all just, we are all doing our best, right? Can't speak for everyone. Some people are just straight up dicks. I'm not gonna pull my punches for those people. And that's the thing too, is like a lot of people, like especially on, if you do stream on YouTube or things like that, you get even more contact with people like that, and it's like you want to bring the heat, like expect me to bring it back, but but usually they just want to say something and then jump out of the room because they're cowards. So many more yellow pieces. I don't know. This was said like purely in like lighthearted jest. But like I'm looking at all of these tattoos and I'm picking out like spiders and snakes and stuff, and there were also other. It was all flash art. So and she couldn't reduce anything or make anything. Oh, she could, some of them she had like at a certain size bigger, but so she couldn't make some of them smaller. So some of my initial plans, um, I had to scrap because uh, they wouldn't fit on my fingers. And so I'm picking like this snake and a spider and everything. And I was like, can we place them and see and let me see if I like them, because I definitely was gonna get my middle fingers done. The middle fingers were for my friend. Oh yeah, I got them yesterday. Um, so on my pinkies, I have stars, and then I have the moon on this side and the sun on this side, and then a snake and a spider and feather for my friend as well, and then heart for my friend, double heart for my friend. And so I was looking at it and I didn't know if the double heart like fit the theme that I was going for. And she was like, oh, well, it like shows that she's like, hi, yes, it shows that you have like a heart underneath like all that like tough guy, like the like, scary stuff that you picked. And I was like, like, who knows me? So honestly, so she had a very light hand, and this is my first tattoo with numbing cream. It was nothing. This was my most easy tattoo ever. Um, I thought it was going to be pretty painful, but so there's no shading on any of my tattoos. She used a single needle, and she also works. She does like permanent makeup and stuff. So she even because when she started, I was like, uh, she said something, and I was like, like I've had a single needle tattoo done before, and like that hurt a lot more. And she's like, oh yeah, I have a light hand, so it might have just been because of her. It might like, I mean, more needles generally distribute the pain, but she put like a little numbing cream on it, and I was like, this fucking rocks. Put that shit all over me next time. I've never had numbing cream before, so I don't know exactly, but it wasn't bad at all. And I don't, and none of them are incredibly detailed, because so she was like, you can't have anything on your knuckles. She was like, ink will just fall right out of your knuckles. So like this space right here, and then like right here, you can't have anything on. 14 RL. They hurts. What does RL mean? Oh, is that a round liner? Yeah, my tattoo on the back of my the tattoo on the back of my calf, which is huge. But the outline, actually all of it, pretty much, was done with a single needle, and then she went over it multiple times. And I just was like, I felt like it was just like a razor blade to my skin. And I was just like, so much. I'm also a real big wimp with my tattoos. So this this was nothing. I will say you touch you touch it a lot. Um, just you reach into your pocket. if you're putting on a like long sleeve shirt, anything like that, you touch it a lot. So that's, I guess, one thing to consider. So it's like a little bit more touchy in the process, healing process. If you're gonna get shading and stuff, that's a little different. Now when I had got my toes with like on my feet, top of my feet, there were a couple spots that were more painful than others, and part of my tattoo goes down onto my toe bones, and like that was filling in color, and like that was like kind of rocking my world. Um, so that was pretty painful. So I think it probably also just depends on what you get. I'm not like, she just did fine line tattoos, and she's really good at them. Um, but but fine fine line tattoos and small tattoos, micro tattoos, they've never really been my thing. I don't dislike them on other people. I'm a big tattoo person. I like to fill up space. I like to, if I'm gonna pay that shop minimum, I'm gonna meet it and exceed it, because shop minimums are high as fuck. So that's always been my attitude towards things, I guess. And so um, yeah, I don't usually get small tattoos. But that's me rambling. Yeah, see, I was thinking about getting letters and saying something, or my original idea was to do another memorial piece for my same friend, uh, and do a dream catcher on my hand with the three uh, three feathers like coming down onto my knuckles. But the pricing out here is just so crazy, and it was so hard to find someone. And then I did that, and then I started getting these ads, and she was looking to fill up her to fill up her whatchamacallit, like book. So she was these were $25 a piece, which, like, I mean, I got 8, so I mean that's the price of, bigger tattoos, obviously. But like, you could go in and get 25, just pay $25 for a tattoo. That doesn't happen anywhere here. Yeah, yeah. My thing is I always go, hey, I have this much money to spend. This is my idea. Um, you can take creative liberties, like a lot of creative liberties. If there's like anything I need to be like not changed, I'll let them know. But usually I try to give my artists a lot of creative space so that they can make something that they themselves like. And because I like um, I like that. And then so I'm like, what can you make work for this? And usually I've found that I end up getting tattoos. It's just worked out. I don't know if this is normal, but it's worked out that I end up getting tattoos that are worth more than I could pay for. And when I say like, hey, I can pay X, that's what I'm actually in my head saying is X plus the tip that I'm going to give. Hey, Crystal, the kiddos in bed. So I always try to tip my artists really well, because um, I want them to be happy in case I come back to them. I want them to like me. so if I come back, they know that I tipped them well. And also I think it's the right thing to do. But yeah. These kids. Where'd they come from? These kids. We were talking about tattoos. I was showing mine, and we were talking about liking bigger tattoos. Would you ever get another tattoo, Crystal? Or anyone here other than Winter? Because I know the answer is yes for Winter, because it is for me too. I mean, I would be covered. I would be blasted. I want my arms, my hands, my legs. Um, I don't know my back. I don't know if I really care about my torso that much. I mean, after top surgery, I'm getting. I want to get nipple tattoos because, like, so with the surgery, they can do a skin graft to place them, but I don't like the results of that as much. So, um, sorting 2000. Need to edit, but it'll be up sometime. Oh my gosh. That is crazy. How, like, are you going to speed it up or did you talk through it? Or how long is that video going to be? Whoa. And, and so after my top surgery, instead of getting the skin grafts, because again, I don't like the way that they look, um, and and sometimes they have complications. Their complications are common enough that hell no. Um, so I want to get those tattooed on after I heal, and then I want to get like a bat that's like its head is between my pecs, and then it's got its wings extended, um, you know, outward. But I'm chubby. Like I don't want to put anything on my stomach, and I've heard that hurts really bad. I mean, I don't know if it's good or bad to have more padding there, but even still, because that's only going to get bigger. Nice. That's going to be like really like soothing to watch. I bet. My legs are pretty covered only. But I'm thinking about getting, you know, if I want to add more shit to like more hobbies and things, getting like a tattoo machine and like some tattoo materials and fake skins and stuff like that to do tattoo work on, and see if I can learn how to do it a little bit, only for myself, and then like once I get past the fake skin, then start using my like upper leg space. Yeah, I hate the idea of like copying someone, and it's not because like I'm like, oh, like a hipster about it, which I know you aren't either. It's just like I don't want people to think that I copied them or something. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like I really wanted a Medusa hand piece where the snakes came down on my hand, and then my sister was like, "Oh, I know a lot of people with Medusa hand tattoos," and I was like, "Oh, never mind." It's like when we were growing up, and like every teacher had like an ankle tattoo. I think about things like that. Like, will will I have similar tattoos to a lot of people who are like my age or something like that? Will that be like, oh, like you're this age, of course you've got this. Every person I know this age has this or something. I don't know. Weird things happen in my brain. Shh, don't judge me. I also have a friend, which this person's been a little elusive, so I don't really know if it's gonna work out like I would like it to. But he is a tattoo artist, and so, but he doesn't have his tattoo, like any of his tattoo materials here, and so like getting discount tattoos from him if I provide the materials. I see. Yeah, I look at the meaning behind it. Granted, I don't have the same lived experience, um, and that's not why I'm getting it. But I think about that story a lot. I hope that makes any kind of sense. Um, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna look up what that means because I don't know what that means. Oh, it's. I should have put that together with context clues. Ooh, that's gorgeous. Mm. Yeah, I think if you see the imagery, then like that's I mean that's why it's art that you put on your body, and that's why it's art. I mean, art's subjective and open to interpretation, um, and I think it would take too long to find. But I have a picture that I saved of it is just the head, but but yeah, I really have. I mean, it's kind of pathetic. I think I think I've done like 10 rows in this part, and then so that's like 20 ends, and then maybe done like 30 ends. Here's my here's my pile. Cut cut ends. Like, that's not impressive for almost 3 hours. I have been super distractible. So anyone who wants to watch, contribute ideas, just hang out with us, work side by side with us on the prep for the crochet along, that the Halloween crochet along that Crystal and I are doing. We're doing Wednesdays on my channel, 9 p.m. Central, so that's 10 p.m. Eastern, and that's 7 p.m. Pacific. We do that timing on my channel on Wednesdays. We do that timing on Crystal's channel on Fridays. Freestyle Friday. Yes, looking fly. Winter, you always have good ideas, especially when it comes to seeing the potential in yarn. And I want to ask you for advice if I can, if you have any ideas, because I got a little stuck, and this yarn, like striping yarn, always hangs me up. So let me grab it real quick. Ugh. So with the cow, we are designing and making really anything Halloween related, but something that can be we can. It's okay, Zach. If it's late and you need to go to bed, like, go to bed. You don't need to stay up for me. If you want to hang out, you can, but no need to apologize. So like costume elements, like, that can be kind of used for everyone. I know, I'm asking for this yarn. This is the goblin yarn, and I know you made a witch hat out of your sparkle Halloween yarn, which I think is a brilliant idea. The issue is, and I'm like, oh, that's so cool, but I have 2 witch hats in the Pride colors from the Big Twist Living collection. Hey, Scotty. And that's sweet. Yeah, you can sleep if you need to, Zach. You don't ever have to run that past me. But so I have 2 hats, or witch hats already, with using the pattern that I bought. And I don't, and I haven't been able to sell them. So I have 2 witch hats, so I don't want to make another witch hat to have more witch hats that are just sitting around. I just don't have space to, like, keep stuff here. So I was wondering if you had any ideas for patterns or things that I might be able to make with this yarn, because it just hurts my brain to think about. And like, I already made, like, I don't really know any, like, apparel items or anything that this would be good for. I I already made some fingerless mitts. I made some like slime or cauldron fingerless mitts, which this would be good for, but I don't want to make the same thing twice. We already have a scarf planned, and I just don't know. We also have a bag. It's going to be probably pretty small and digestible. It's going to be like a 1 week, 2 week max project for the average person. The theme is trick or treat. So it can be silly, it can be practical, it can be decor, it can be, I guess, I mean, like, I don't even know what decor. But yeah, so we're planning on doing a bag to start it out so that you can put all your stuff in there. Yeah, because that would be super pretty. But it's going to be either a mosaic bag or a and then I was like, well, then we'd have to have something that contrasts this enough, and I didn't know what that would be. So you could see what was going on. Or it's going to be a tapestry bag, but there's also going to need to be high contrast so that you can see the words and picture. So that was our plan. So yeah, even a bag, like all the stuff like we've like made plans for, and now I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I'm like looking at my things. And then I've seen like blankets made out of it, but blankets are too big. That takes too long. A color contrast would be white or glow yarn. I mean, I think glow yarn is going to be out of the price range. And white might work, but let me get it. It does have like that light green in it. So it could work. It's not as light as I thought it was next to the... But if I did the pumpkin face, if on one side and then had this, would that look okay? Would those be cool? Little colorful bats. That would be cute. I like that. Mm-hmm. And I was also thinking about making like a wig out of yarn, but one, I don't want to use this. I don't want to just like cut it up for a wig that I'm probably never going to wear. And also cutting it, like, you know, like how the metallic comes unspun from it. That's so cool. For years, I've been using the furls bat pattern, but I've always felt like I want something slightly different. It's not a bad bat pattern by any means. Or there's also another bat pattern that I've used, but I feel like I might be able to find something. I swear the fly's just like going like between my ears. I'm just like, bats, yeah. Yeah. Also, I mean, well, I guess we had talked about making the wrap that I made. Crystal and I might both do it in different ways. That was with one of the stitches. And that would be pretty with this. So potentially a wrap. And it goes really quick because it's a mesh wrap. It's the crazy Pico mesh. Like 10 patterns saved. I love that. Yeah. So, but a bag could be cool too. I see the weight. I see. In colors that I have. So what stands out? Orange, I feel like has a strong possibility of pulling like really ugly. Next to this. And I don't have enough of like the yellowish orange, which I think would be nicer looking. Yeah. Hey Outlaw, welcome in. How you doing? I've made a lot of snakes. Ooh, a snake. Winter. See, I knew you were the person to come to for this. Thank you so much. Sorry. Also, do you like using these ideas? um, that's a really good idea. This would be a cool snake color. So cool. Especially if I could get something like diamondy out of it. I'm cool. I'm normal. Everything's fine. I'm slowly losing my mind, Outlaw, but we're coming up with some ideas. It's easy and you can keep it going forever. Snake. I have so much of this yarn. I was gonna make a sweater out of it, and I have like the back panel and most of the front panel, but I abandoned it because I was like, I think I kind of hate this. Yeah. But I'm supposed to be sewing in ends, and I've made some progress, but I've also gotten sidetracked in a lot of other ways, so it's okay. And then I was picking Winter's brain about what to do with this. So for the crochet along that we're doing, like this, I mean, this is Halloween yarn, but I just could not think of what to do with it. Some of these self-striping yarn just stump me. Actually, most yarn stump me. Okay. Thanks. Yeah, it's like orange red, but I'm not gonna sweat you too hard on that one. Also, like everything looks different on depending on the light. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, and then it's not looking as teal as I want to right now. I need to dye it. I was kind of half-assing it when I dyed it, to be honest, but don't tell anybody. What are you up to tonight? And that can extend towards anyone. Who am I kidding? I'll finish this color, but I'm trying to like sew these ends in, and I'm just like overbit. Cameras or something like that. Yeah. But yeah, the preparing for the cow, those videos will be, like I said, 9 p.m. Central on both days. Wednesday, my channel, and then Friday's Crystal's channel. If you want to come out, give ideas, make it like a super collaborative thing, because like I think it's just more fun that way, and then we're, you know, then, you know, then the cow's actually something you want to make, because sometimes you're like, oh, my friend's making, you're doing a cow, and then you're like, but that, I don't want to make that at all. If you're anything like me, at least. They'll be like, we're making a blanket, and I'm like, and I'm getting the fuck out of here. No. These ends. And also, like, having this much on, I mean, this is, you know, basically a blanket. Having this on my lap, just like sweaty. It's hot. So yeah, I mean, I've been having so much fun with what to make, what I'm working on right now, is I say that, and literally, like, when I'm done with this, I'm going back to working on the Alzheimer's blanket, and I'm going back to working on the bouquet, baby blanket bouquet thing. So both of those are blankets. So just wait. I'm so swamped with projects. Yeah. The thing we had talked about with the cow is like, they're going to be small, digestible projects. You can pick and choose what you do. They're going to be like projects spread out over like a couple weeks, and you know, so it's like a project this week, and like maybe we think that could be people like 2 projects or whatever, or like 2 weeks for this next project, and people can pick and choose what they want, and it's just about like, you know, what you want to do, and, you know, also making it in yarn weights that people have available, and like, you know, not having to go out and buy new yarn all the time for this. Ooh, what's that? Are you a moderator on my channel, Winter? Because if you, or actually, if you want to say what that Cal is, that would be cool. Or if they posted a video. I don't know who Serdar is. I don't know if I said that right. If I did. Good night, Outlaw. Didn't see you say goodbye. That's so sweet. You're so sweet. I hope you have a great night too. Oh, I see, Winter, I see your sort pony beads and make candy with me. Oh, that picture. The sorting of the beads looks so aesthetically pleasing. It's a yarn company. Oh, let's check this out. Let's check this out together. I don't know what that voice was, and we're not going to talk about it. Oh, that's a cool blanket. Okay. I'll share it in 1 second. Let me get rid of myself. That sounded... Oh, I didn't realize that my... Shit, I don't know how to make this better. Sorry. Give me 1 second. Again, what's going on with my voice? Okay, I guess this is as good as it gets, especially with showing the comments. We're gonna figure this out together. Well, that is... That is so cute. Oh, I love the squares on the side. Oh, that's fun. I love the border. I love the middle. I love the blood dripping and then the cauldron. That's so fun. Very cool. I can't wait to see that. I know you're gonna kill that. That's fun. Nope. Cancel. So, Bonnie, that is the Serdar. So that Winter mentioned that. So that is the crochet along that Serdar Yarn Company is doing, and Winter is planning on doing that. So that's how we found out about that. So I wanted to show it off. Yeah, and there's a YouTube video of them showing it off. It looks like, or that's just their YouTube channel. Very cool. Very cool. I'm like, stop touching the top of your fingers, idiot. Yeah. I mean, Halloween's a perfect time for crochet along, so I'm sure that there's going to be a bunch out there. Leaving the Halloween to your cool friends. You're welcome to jump into our cal when it starts if you want, and if you don't want, that's cool too. Crystal sent me something. Oh my gosh, Crystal is blending. Sorry, I'm just watching the video that Crystal just sent me. Okay. The fiery spin is just insane. The inside, when you spun it up at the end, Crystal, well, I'm just gonna I don't need to say that over here. When we girls are older, I don't really get into Halloween. We decorate for Day of the Dead, and we celebrate for Olivia's father. That's great. That's great that you do that. I had the opportunity because last October I was in San Diego, so a lot closer to Mexico, and so the culture and the environment and everything I was just more immersed in. I never celebrated it because I wanted to be respectful and I just didn't know anything about it. But it was really great to learn about. And, I made a little ofrenda for my friend. And that felt really good. It's a very, it's a great celebration to have and to help keep people, their memories alive. So I love that. But yeah, I totally understand that. Yeah, and Crystal makes really cool yarn blending videos. So if you aren't following Crystal, like what are you doing? Um, so the candy I'm making right now is insane. It has long strands of rainbow sticking out all around it. Ooh, that's cool. Do you want to come up and share it? Are you uh, done with being on live streams for now? If you want to come up, I'm happy to let you. Although I don't know how to do the community tab. Let people share shit. Um, uh, if anyone wants to come up, just let me know. But I have no idea what's going on with that. Take it down. I said, okay. So it's been 3 years. Nice. Yeah. I think. Cuckoo. One second to do the things. Winter, we haven't been on the same live in like a minute. Oh my gosh. It's so weird. Oh, that's helpful. Yeah. For everyone who doesn't know, Crystal knows everything. So it's pretty much why I keep her around. This isn't true. Ah. Whew. jumpy today. Something in my eye. But hey, Winter, I think. See, Bonnie, wasn't it like yesterday? You were like, oh, you called her a nerd, and then you called her a nerd. Nerds. It's cool to be a nerd. I want you to be done. You sent it? I'm not gonna do it right now. Probably. Oh, okay. That's really easy. I did not realize it was that easy. That's kind of embarrassing, actually. Like, click a button and then click a toggle. Whoopsies. Hey, Scotty. And Winter, I sent you the link on Facebook whenever you're ready. No rush. I really did a piss poor job dyeing the teal side of my hair. I just didn't want to I just didn't want the two colors to touch. Ooh, yay.
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Doing good. It's yeah. It only when it made your little icon, it just was like a W and like the open parentheses.
This is the thing. This is the cuff I'm working on right now.
Oh, that's so cool.
But right now I'm playing elastic cord chicken because this is all I have left and I have to make it all the way over here.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just like, will I have to add more? I don't want to. It's so pretty though.
It's really cool. I like it. I like there's part of me I used to do beadwork. I didn't do candy. I had made with seed beads and stuff. But
Yeah.
like part of me misses it, and then when I think back on like how frustrating the rest of it was for me, I'm like, you know what? Just keep that hobby in the past.
I get it. It is frustrating. Yeah, I did seed beads, I did candy, I did all the things, all the beaded stuff, all the pretty colorful stuff. As a kid, I was just with all of the hobbies. Hi, Zach.
Hey Zach. Um even though it's not saying hey to me because I've been here a minute, but I said hey. I'm like I don't know what happened in the past like 25 minutes or so, but my brain has just been like, you know what, turn off. But that's
Yeah.
really cool. Yeah, I can't wait to see what you make. I've been seeing like a lot of really interesting candy on my feed for
Yeah.
I don't know like what happened with my algorithm, but I'm like,
I
that's cool.
I look at a lot of stuff from Mood Candy. I don't know if you know who they are, but they're a fellow queer person who does a lot of that stuff and does recommendations and such and attends a lot of events, and it keeps bringing me back because I've never been a candy raver, but I
Mhm.
just like made pretty stuff as a kid and as a teenager and into early adulthood. I just like making pretty stuff. I don't like to
Mhm.
socialize.
Well, you're definitely good at making pretty stuff. I
Oh,
won't speak to
thanks.
the other part. Also, I see the little kitty in the background.
Oh yeah, hello. She had to go to the vet today because
Oh no.
she's been throwing up a lot. I don't want to get into too many gross details, but the vet says possibly she has a problem in her throat, like something here is too big, something
Mhm.
like that. Maybe she has an allergy. They sent her home with some meds to try. But yeah, she's doing okay. She's just getting sick a lot, you know.
Oh, sorry to hear
But
that.
she acts like a kitten. She's a senior kitty. She's 11 and she still acts like a kitten. Like she'll run around, be completely crazy, and yeah, she's great. I love her.
Mhm. Cute. She's cute. I've seen her in pictures that you posted. She's very cute.
Yeah, thanks.
But hopefully she starts feeling better soon.
I hope so too, because she's had that problem for a very long time, ever since she was a kitten. But they've never done anything about it, because she was actually my partner's grandma's cat, and she didn't know much about that stuff. Like she's been to the vet once in her entire life before,
Mhm.
but I kept telling my partner, hey, she's getting sick. Like, maybe we could do something. And so he brought her to the vet because now grandma's passed away. So she entrusted us with the care of her cat. So that's the whole story. We inherited Kitty,
Mhm.
and now she's part of our little family. She's a sweetheart.
Mhm. I love that. Yeah. Yeah, it's I mean this is I mean the same like of like pets, children. Like I mean everyone like has different ideas of how to take care of them or like I think like especially with like pets because like the like they and cats even more so because like most people don't go into your house and like meet your cat. Like
Yeah.
cats tend to like hide if people come over or something like that. So like or like and they don't see the behaviors like all the time. So they like people can go years and not know what's like normal for a cat. Um, and so getting I mean I'm experiencing that myself because I think Scotty's previous uh, friends didn't know a lot about having a cat, and I think
Oh,
you
yeah.
know there were some significant signs of that when I got that. Luckily, it wasn't anything to do with his health. I mean, they took really good of his health and took to the vet and all that. Um, and he's fairly young, but I mean, he's young, but he he got bullied by another cat the other
Oh. Oh, that is sad.
Hi, Mariam. Welcome in,
Hello.
Miriam. Sorry if I mispronounced your name at any point. I mispronounce a lot of things, so if I did, you're welcome to correct me. I'd rather say your name right than anything else.
I think I managed to tie it up correctly,
Nice.
and now it is a little kind of rainbow sunburst. Woo!
That's so cool. I love like just like the radiating like
Yeah,
of
me
it.
too. I think I'm
Um,
gonna do one in inverted colors.
nice. My I didn't. I mean, I worked like a little bit with like elastic and some. I mean, I worked a little bit with elastic, but I didn't know the trick of like um, the. I guess I found this out like pretty much like at the end of my beading career, and I was like, why didn't I know this earlier? Because it helped me. I know it's not everyone has like their tricks because like some people use like super glue, and you know that can like get all over your beads and like make them all like matte and
Yeah, like it's doing
weird.
right now.
Yeah. So I learned the trick of using clear nail polish.
Yeah, I used to do that, but I don't have any right now.
Yeah, you do what you gotta do, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I have these like tiny tubes of E6000.
Mhm.
Not sponsored.
Yeah, I wish. I wish. This stuff is awesome.
But yeah, I find that E6000 is really easy to clean up though. You just it gets gummy, it gets like that. You just remove the excess before it dries and it's fine.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
that's why I like using that one.
yeah, it's good stuff for sure. And I mean, and depending on what you're using it for, which like you're like using it to seal your knots, like that'll last you forever, right? But like I mean, obviously, if you're using it for like big surfaces, not necessarily for.
Because if I was you, because I want to buy elastic cord that is not like that. Because this is the transparent magic stretch stuff like that. I want to buy the one that is nylon.
Mm-hmm.
That is like you know the white plastic cords like with the big nylon covering. Because that is ideal for candy.
Mm-hmm.
But that one you have to burn, and I'm like, no, I'm not very good with fire, if you remember.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if
So
I don't know if I know about the nylon cord. I don't know if I've ever heard about that. That's super cool though. Yeah, I wonder. I mean, this would be. Don't they have like little things where it's like it it's like really small, and then it can like like burn or melt, like
oh
has like
yeah,
two sticks at the bottom, and it uses like electricity to burn.
oh yeah,
I don't know what those are called or how much they are.
I
Um,
know what it is. I have no clue how much it cost or if it's really usable. I could try maybe that, but I'm just scared I'm gonna poke myself with it. You know?
yeah,
So I like using the glue. It's fine for me. I don't mind cleaning it up.
yeah,
So,
yeah. If it works, then
yeah.
it works. No,
But anyway, at my birthday, like the day of my birthday, I'll have birthday money. Usually my family gives me a little bit, like my father usually sends me a bit of money. And Michael's has pretty good stuff. They have that kind of elastic cord in different colors, and then they have the nylon stuff. They have all sorts of stuff, and you can always also use fishing fishing line, and that works for most projects, but it won't be stretchy. Like if you do little animals and stuff like that, that could work. So
mhm.
I'm gonna see what I pick up.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So with with
Ooh.
that. So is that the like nope, it's gone. I was gonna ask about that project, but then my brain stopped. Yeah, damn it.
Huh?
I,
I'm
I might
confused.
I might have to call it a night because
That's okay.
it's just nothing's happening.
That's
Don't
okay.
you hate when that happens? You're just like,
The
no.
brain goes off. Yeah, I know. Brain turns off and
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
I
I'm pretty
get
sure
what
there
you
are
mean.
no neurons firing right now.
Ooh. It's so colorful.
It's so, and the colors are so bright. I love it.
Yeah, those are the neon packs of beads, and that's my favorite. I might have to get some glow in the dark and some uh like solid colors, just like good basics.
Hmm.
But I bought like 5 packs of this.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna call it a night too, because it's pretty late. I have
Yeah.
to do some
Especially where you
work
are. Yeah.
tomorrow, so
It's only 10 p.m. here, and I'm like, no, I'm done.
yeah, it's 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
I wanna like sleep.
Well, thank you everyone for hanging out. Thank you, Winter, for coming up. Sorry,
Thanks.
because I wanted to catch up with you. I mean, I feel like it's just seeing each other in live.
Yeah, I'm happy to catch up.
Yeah, I'll do a better job next time. And yeah, so thank you everyone for watching, and